Good evening, G-Man here. Welcome to segment 3 of the custom rebuild of the Wm.Crooks engine by Marx. As you saw in segment 1 and segment 2, this Wm.Crooks engine was pretty well tore up, pretty well beat up. It's broken up pretty bad. And after I started working on it, I found cracks in the body, a couple of small cracks, nothing big, that had to be repaired. And I didn't know it until I got ready to take off the back plate that these were cracked. And as I was taking the back plate off, they both snapped right off. The design on these with Marx, the way they built them at the time, this is really thin plastic, really thin plastic. And the design on this was just really poor. But because they had the cab molded on to like they did, it made it a stronger support. And what we're doing here is replacing the cab. On yesterday, or on the last segment that you saw, I had taken this battery operated steam engine and I decided to take the parts off of it that I needed to work on this Wm.Crooks engine. And so, as you can see, I removed the cab. And in this segment, I'm going to show you some of the things that I've done with it. Now, looking at the other segment, you saw that these windows were blocked in. They were not cut out. This was a solid wall here. I opened it up. Windows on both sides. Then I had to put the stanchions back in. And so for that, I used some of this evergreen scale modeling plastic, styrene strips. They have all different types. They have some that is made like trusses. That's what these are. They have some that are I-beam. Just all different kinds. You can get it nowadays even in brick form. And so I used those and put those back in to redo the window stanchions. Today I could have used my Dremel, but I cut these windows out with a hot knife. I thought that would sear it up just a little bit better. Sometimes the Dremel, if you make a miscut, then you've got to kind of worry about that a little bit. The hot knife, if you can keep it straight, will do okay. And then what you can't get straight, thank God for the Dremel. Because with the Dremel, I'm going to go over this and kind of just smooth it out a little bit in the areas where the knife left it kind of rough and uneven. And wipe out some of the extra plastic on it. I've got an area on the cab right here and here. You see that little raised up spot right there? There's one right here too. And I'm going to grind those down to where they're flat. And on the shell itself, I got it pretty good, and I did sand it down a little bit today. But on this surface, I don't know whether you can see it or not. If I get too close, the camera gets blurry. There's a spot right here. Right there. That's high. And we're going to take care of that in this segment. And once I get it all ground off, get everything even, I'm going to take this cab and I'm going to put 2 more stanchions in it, in the windows, a little less than halfway on each side. One here, approximately, and on the other side, the same. One here. I also put a floor plate in the back corner of this, as this cab ended up actually being, because we left this plate in place, a little bit longer. I don't know whether you can see it or not. Let me back up a little bit to kind of tip it a little bit. It's a little bit longer. You see that? Then the old cab, and then the frame itself. But I think I might alter that also and change that, because that requires that it just might get in the way when you're putting in the Marx engine. That would require that you put the engine in first and then add the cab. I don't know whether I want to do that or not. I think I want to just get the whole thing prepared, get it up, get it ready for the repositioning of the motor, and put it back together, tighten everything up, and ready to run. All right, that's all I have for you for tonight. Like I say, I'm going to put those new stanchions in. I'm probably going to think about this end back here, what to do here. I'm probably going to end up taking this and rebuilding this also, and bracing it a little more. These two. And that's where your plate goes, and your tow bar. And that's what anchors the engine in from the back. All right. Y'all have a blessed night. G-Man, My World 67. Well, goodbye.